Si, what are your immediate feelings after crashing out 2 cups in 4 days? Hard to put it into words.
Well, no, I know the words, just can't say them on here. Yeah, the manner at which we've gone out on both of these is kind of unacceptable. This injury conversation is repetitive and boring. Yes, we have to acknowledge it, of course, because it is a massive issue in the club at the moment. But saying that, this is where you should be adaptable, maybe is a good word, in terms of setup, in terms of positional play. The kind of topic that we've had before this game was that we looked at the bench and we were kind of like, well, we haven't really got any answers to anything if something needed changing anyway. So we're in this position. We know who's at full at the top. We know there's problems with the quality of players. We know there's massive issues with the injuries. There's a massive issue potentially, arguably more so than ever before, is the tactical aspect of it. It's all coming into alignment where there's just nowhere to hide anymore. There is no excuse for any of this at all. Like, today was unacceptable. The Liverpool game was unacceptable in the sense that we didn't even turn up to do anything whatsoever. Liverpool didn't get out of first gear. We didn't even turn the ignition on if we were a car. Today, it was a similar principle. And it's exactly what I said earlier in this game. We've gone from this defeat of Liverpool a couple of days ago. You think there would be a rally of the troops, something different, something changing, and then we go and do all these mistakes in the first minute of this game straight away. It's unbelievable. Like, you could literally write the script almost with Tottenham, to be honest. Like, I have zero expectation on any game anymore. I used to be like really positive. I am as a person. When it comes to Tottenham, I'm now just realistic in my mind and logical in the sense that if you don't expect anything, anticipate anything in that sense of positivity, then you won't be disappointed. But that means still that I get massively frustrated, and those that know me and those that have seen me on the channel many times before will know that I have certain principles, a certain level of standard, and that includes from a professional perspective in life, but especially when you're talking about a team or a football club that means so much to so many people. Whether you're watching at home, whether you've traveled once again, a long distance to go and watch them away from home or wherever you are in the country, around the world, really, if you're dedicating your energy and time, you'd at least expect a minimal effort in return. And I think the last 2 games have been absolutely disgusting in regards to that aspect of their game. Now, you could argue today there was some stints of change. I think the second half we came out progressively well, but then it just completely spinned on its head when we didn't take advantage of any of the situations that occurred in that second half. Yeah, okay, we can talk about the Son instance in the first half or whatever, but there was not enough there. There was not enough there at all. And also, from your perspective, you can only just sit there and watch it happen, let it happen, because you know full well that nothing on the bench will change anything. You could argue that, I've said this many times, I've said it in previous games, just play some of the academy players. It would be 100 times better and more enjoyable to watch, trust me. So go and do that as a difference. But instead we put the same players on, or the ones that are available are the same ones that come on, and you're expecting something different. It's not going to change. There's no change in the shape of the team. There's no change in the philosophy, the tactics. There is nothing. This Angeball thing, this myth, which happened a few times last season. It's happened a couple of times this season. And yes, we've had injuries, but you have to have a plan B, a plan C, something different. Because all that's going to happen is, even the fans that try and back you, I backed Ange all the way through, but certainly in the last month or so, I've seen that light, as it were, from people's conversations, people's comments about his tactics or lack of them, the lack of the plan B, the plan C, because it's times like this and times when you're in a difficult situation, you have to change something. You have to do something different. And yes, of course, we can't put massively different players on there, but you can at least try something different, because then people maybe at least acknowledge and have the understanding that, well, at least he's trying. We're in this difficult situation, but you've got this stubbornness of doing the same thing over and over again. There's all those definitions of insanity. We're doing it every single week. And Sim, we're all having the same conversations every week. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's all about injuries. It's all about the manager. It's all about this. It's all about that, about Tottenham. There's nothing positive left in this club. The soul is gone. It is completely destroyed, in my opinion, years ago when the stadium was built. But that has progressed now to the point where it's almost like there's a lack of anything anymore. Our best players are long gone. Some of the players that are still there, we're clinging on to the nostalgia. They're not good enough anymore. And that's no disrespect to them, but that's just what happens in life. It's what happens in football. They're being used commercially, some of them. It's unacceptable the way that this club is being treated and the way that we've gone down this route. We're now sat here a week earlier, we were sitting there saying there's the promise that Ange wins things in the second season. We're still in all the competitions. Fast forward a week, guys, we're out of 2 of them. We've only got 1 left. I can't honestly see us doing anything in that. They're saying we're favourites. I don't know how they came to that conclusion. If you want to go waste your money, go ahead. But I think that's long gone. My thoughts and opinions and the energy that I had towards that is long gone, especially after this week. You dissecting this game is kind of pointless because, there's nothing to dissect other than the fact that they're not good enough. They're tired. They are so lethargic. There is no energy. You can't even talk about the high press being the energy factor anymore because they're not even doing that. They're just tired from playing 2 or 3 games each week. It's not possible as a human to do that. So there's a concoction of all these things going on in the club. Everyone's annoyed. Everyone's frustrated. There's no excuses anymore. Like, something has to change, and we can all point fingers. The players aren't going to get sacked. The chairman's not going anywhere. The only solution, the only option we got left is the manager. I personally believe we get another manager in, we might see something different at least. I don't think it's going to change anything at the hierarchy or anything around the middle. That will never change. They make too much money. Get out of your heads. But something has to be different now. All the players come out every week. Oh, we're going to change the philosophy. We're trying for the team. We believe in the philosophy. This, that. What philosophy? What football? There's nothing to watch anymore. It's gone. There is nothing positive left at all in this team right now. It's not going to change until the summer comes. Some of the players come back. Maybe new players come in. Some of the other players go. I'm done, Sim. I've never been this dead about Tottenham in my life. I've always been strong and positive, but you have to, everyone has a limit. Everyone has a line. Tottenham have drawn the line with me a few weeks back. I'd have to say, some may say, why on earth did it take you this long? I always believe, I always have hope. And this diminishing factor of Tottenham Hotspur as a football club or a business, whatever you want to call it these days, is just utterly diminishing in the heart. It's diminishing in the head, the soul, everything. So I'm just left here with a piece of paper with no notes on it because I can't be bothered. The team can't be bothered. So why should I bother writing shit on my paper? I've had enough of it. I've said it all along, I've been a big fan of Ange, since he's come in. I don't think he was I don't think he was probably the best choice manager, but it's the position that we were put in back then. Not many managers want to come and work for Daniel anymore. I don't know how far down the list Ange was. I think it would probably be reasonable to say that it wasn't maybe one of the first 5 ones, but it was the position that we were put in. So what do you expect, really, when you're a fan? And I've said it all along. I've said it for many years. It doesn't matter who comes in. The circus will continue. We'll be here in 12 months, 18 months' time with another manager, same situation. You've got on any YouTube channel, Tottenham following, etc., etc. They seem to repeat themselves over and over again. This manager will change things, or we've seen this. It's time to get Levy out, blah, blah. Oh, now things are going well for 6 months. Everyone shuts up, and then hey ho, 12 months, 8 months, they're back around in the circle. So that's why I'm kind of trying to loop myself out of the insanity situation and suggest that, well, I don't really think anything's going to change anything. So it's kind of a weird one because I partially agree with the point in saying, well, there's no point sacking him now because just see him out for the season, see what happens in Europe. If he goes in the end of the year, he goes at the end of the year. could that be detrimental to the league? I don't know. We're in a really bad position in the league, to be honest, a very dangerous one. So it's a risky game to play. But then equally, the club and the football club in general has been played as a risk over these many years from a financial perspective, from the way that it's being run. So there's no, in my mind, I think we're where we should be, in all honesty. Yeah, okay, maybe a few positions higher in the league and everything like that. But I think that's where we are as a club at the moment, just in the way of everything that's going. So when you're looking at this Ange situation, I'm kind of sat there going, well, we've put us, not ourselves, because the fans haven't really had anything to do with this, but we put ourselves in this position. Like it's our own fault. And now we're paying the price of it. We're paying the price of, lack of, I would say lack of recruitment really still to this point, because even last summer, I don't think enough was come in. Loads went out, not enough came in. Same with this January. I don't think we did enough. I know there's excuses all under the sun about, oh, it's really difficult, this, that, and the other. Well, how come everyone else seems to be able to do it that needs to do it when they need to do it? So, we're in this challenging position now. Got a couple of players in, or 2 or 3 players in this January, but we're still stuck. We're still stuck with lack of quality. We're still stuck with the energy issue. We're still stuck with, everything bad that's going on at the moment. So to your point, Sim, of like, he's going tomorrow? I wouldn't be surprised either, but I'd also see the reasoning as to why to keep him until the end of the season. But either way, I think it's just all such a big mess. Everyone's, fed up with talking about the same thing over and over again, the same situation every 18 months, 2 years. When does it stop? How does it stop? Because we're just going to keep going and going around this ridiculous circus that is Tottenham Hotspur. I'm tired of it. Like, it has sapped all my energy and that mental positivity that I had for the club is completely gone. I don't know what to do. I don't think there's any answer until the board has changed or something has changed dramatically in the vicinity of, if you dig deep, we know what the actual problems are. They stem from the same person, the same intricate detail of what the club's got at the moment within inside it. But it all stems down to then the quality of the manager, the players, the type of players, the quality of the players, the amount of players. It's a vicious circle. We will get another manager in tomorrow. We will get another manager in the summer. We will all be sitting here doing exactly the same thing in 12, 18 months' time. Take this video as a receipt, because I've said it in the last videos. I said it when Conte was here. I said it was Jose was here. Exactly the same thing will happen over and over again. There is no answer. Nothing. We're done.